My name is Andrea, you're watching 4 Laps, and let's talk about this weekend's race for IndyCar in Monterey. We're coming off a super exciting weekend in Toronto where we saw Pato O'Ward win for the second weekend in a row. He's now 99 points behind the championship leader Alex Palou. We also had an underdog storyline-filled podium. We had Rinus VeeKay in second and Kevin Simpson in third. They both made some really advantageous strategy calls that ended up playing out very well for them. And it was also exciting to see because they both individually have been having some of their strongest seasons yet, and they finally got it to culminate in that podium reward. On the other end of the spectrum, we did see a double DNF for Penske. Pretty early on in the race, Scotty Mack lost one of his wheels, made contact with a wall, and it was day over for him. We also had Joseph Newgarden, who seemed to just be in the wrong place, wrong time on one of the restarts, and ultimately ended up underneath Jacob Abel's car. Luckily, he was safe and able to walk away from it, but definitely not the Toronto weekend that Penske was hoping for. Now let's cover some important course info about the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. We're going to be doing 95 laps around the 2.2-mile course, thus making, obviously, I know you already did the math in your head, I'll just tell you anyways in case you didn't, 212.6 miles total. This road course has 11 turns in total, including the famous corkscrew. Now, this is not only the most photogenic part of the course, it is also a 6-story drop in elevation. And last year, we had the pleasure of seeing what it looked like when Christian Lundgaard took a dive off this turn, and it looked so cool. It did get him a penalty though, so he probably will not be doing that again. Some of the previous winners at this track include Alex Palou in 2024 and 2022. We had Colin Herta in 2021 and 2019, and we had Scott Dixon in 2023. However, in Indy Next, we have seen Louis Foster, Christian Rasmussen, Stingray Robb, Kyle Kirkwood, Rinus VeeKay. They've all won here in Indy Next. Who has a shot at winning this week? Well, this will become a lot more clear after qualifying, most likely, because 21 out of the 27 races held here have been won by the front row. That's how Alex Palou got it done last year. That's how I'd guess he'd probably do it again this year. I know, Alex Palou's a good bet to win this weekend. Don't leave that yet, though, okay? Don't leave this video because I have more. There's other good bets to win, okay? I do think that Colin Herta is pushing hard for a good result, and maybe this weekend is where it could come to him. I mean, he also, like Alex Palou, is a double winner at this course, so maybe. We also might want to keep an eye on kind of a wild card, maybe not to win, but to do well, in Alexander Rossi. He did lead quite a few of the laps here last year when he was still with Arrow McLaren. He also is, like I said, now underneath the umbrella of the title sponsor of the race, and it's kind of a home race for ECR, so maybe they'll bring the best that they got. He also has had some horrible luck lately with an engine failure in Iowa and his tire being deli sliced last weekend in Toronto. So maybe he's due for a good result. Another note is that this weekend is also a double header for the Indy Next series. So they have race 1 on Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on FS1, and then race 2 on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The IndyCar schedule is practice 1 at 5 p.m. Eastern on FS2 on Friday, practice 2 at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on FS1 on Saturday, qualifying at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1 on Saturday, with a warm-up at noon on FS1 on Sunday, and the race at 3 p.m. on Fox on Sunday. With all that said, this weekend is an amazing way to wrap up an extremely busy July of IndyCar racing, and it sets us up perfectly for the last stretch of the IndyCar season next month. I hope you tune in not only to the race, but also to the next episode of 4 Laps right here on ATYL Media.